Hello YouTube. I just want to do this video to help those out who might be having trouble figuring out which way the Tsuba goes on a sword. Now at first it may sound pretty straightforward, but here's the thing. A lot of Tsubas have these little holes, one here and one here, and as you can see they're not the same. That one's an oval, that one has that little cutout there. Probably easier to see on this one, right there like that. And what those are for is the oval shape, just the plain oval, is typically for a kozuka to go through, or it's a little knife. I'll show you one later. And this one here is for a kogai. Now, most swords don't have kozuka or kogai anymore. So, like this one, for example, doesn't have a kozuka or a kogai, but it still has the little holes. And the answer is, the side that is the oval, just the plain oval, goes on the ura side of the blade. The side that has, it's an oval and a little cutout that way, goes on the kurigata side of the blade, or the omote side. Now in some swords it's easier to tell, like this one here for example, because it has that little oval cutout, but it's also because this Tsuba, as you can see, has some nice decorations there. And right there, may be hard to see, but in that case the way you tell is the more decorated side faces out. So if you're looking at the sword this way, you should be able to see the design. And as you can see, this is a Tsuba very similar to that one, it's just a different design. That is only a kozuka hitsuana right there. And once again, that's the more decorated side right there. Now some Tsubas have double kozuka hitsuana, like this one. Some have double kogai hitsuana, which I used to have one like that, but I gave it to someone as a gift. But, so, those pretty much, you can use them either way as long as it doesn't have a design, pretty much like this, same on both sides. Now the one I had some nice little drill holes for that were to look like little cherry blossoms, and either way with those still, it doesn't really matter. The way I did it though was, for a sword with that Tsuba, when you were looking at it this way, the one sakura was there, then the other two were down there. Now the original purpose for these holes was for a little knife, which this one actually has. This one's missing the ito right now because I'm working on this sword, but here's a little kozuka. It's a little knife. And it passes right through that hole, right into the specially carved area. This is a very old sword, that's why that's like that. This sword here is pretty old. Now the other side is for the kogai. This one doesn't have it. The kozuka is pretty rare on katana nowadays. Well, on most Japanese swords, not just katana. The kogai is even more uncommon. But that other little shape that looks like that, right there, would be for the kogai. So, I hope this was helpful, and I hope it was informative, and I'll see you in the next video. See ya.